What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, I mean, look, you want to say long awaited? This is long awaited. This is an episode that I'm finally getting to. Breakfast with Champions, episode 11, season 6, the man, the current Indian head coach, Rahul Dravid, the legend himself. And hey, look, I've had this one requested a fair bit for a while, and we're here. So if you guys are new, subscribe. Whatever episodes I should be checking out that I haven't already, please request. And hey, let's just get into it. I'm excited.
Why is Rahul Dravid not been on Breakfast with Champions? That was because for the longest time you thought that to come on this show you actually have to cook.
Yo.
And that's
That's not the reason. You never asked me.
Oh! You didn't ask him.
It's taken you, what, 53 episodes to ask me?
Damn.
When did you ask me? You never asked me.
This is
So
such
I'm trying to create that image.
such a gangster thing.
I'm trying to create the image. I'm not a good guy.
Oh.
Well done.
Good line.
It's really well done.
All right. The man, Rahul Dravid. Yeah. Look at him. He's swagging. The man Gaurav. Quick little photo, okay?
So you and Sunny Bhai both have one thing in common.
Yeah.
That from the outside you go like, you know, very proper, very good. And I've had the privilege of knowing you and knowing him. You've got these really mischievous streaks in you. You know, tongue-in-cheek kind of humor.
Yeah, so maybe, learned well from Sunny Bhai, I think.
So how this good boy? How this good boy thing came from very early? Hard work, discipline, put your head down. Do you ever want to get out the rocker side of you?
No, I don't. I don't want to be something I'm not either. So I don't want to do that because I would be uncomfortable doing that kind of stuff. We're trying to be the life of a party. I've never been that. So I guess if you get labeled as a good boy, you get labeled as someone who does everything correctly, when you make one mistake, then that gets highlighted even more. You know, like, oh God, this is the guy, oh, he did it. He threw his cap. You know, yeah. James Faulkner never lets me forget it.
Oh, the man Fork.
Did I sent you a message the day after that saying, be honest, you apologized to the cap later, didn't you? Do you remember I sent you this message?
God, I felt so terrible as the cap was going out of my hand. I could, oh, what am I doing? And not only that, because it's because as you know, as a coach, I sort of, you tell the boys, I said, don't, show your emotions that much. I mean, when people will make mistakes on the field. And here was I, when it came down to the end, and that frustration just sort of came out, and I threw the cap. And as I was letting it go, it was just too late. I wish I could pull it back.
It's fine, you're human. It's okay.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's the image I want, that I'm human.
Nope, I'm sorry. Rahul, you're officially cancelled for throwing that hat. That was ridiculous. The most thuggery move I've ever seen in cricket history. And yeah, no, I'm joking.
I'm gonna make mistakes.
We're joking
so don't
here.
blame me when I make mistakes.
We were saying what you have in common with Sunny Bhai. You also both have one test wicket each.
One,
Yes,
just
we do.
once.
Yes, I'm very proud of that.
Wow. Who
Let's
did he
not
get out?
Speak about when it was done and
No,
how it
tell
was
me.
done.
I can tell you, West Indies, Antigua, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Antigua. You got a wicket. A
I got
wicket's a wicket.
A wicket's a
Who
wicket.
did he get
Was
out?
it Chandrapal or was it the other
If
guy?
it was Chandrapal, I would have been
Yeah.
shouting in the rooftops. But no, it was Ridley Jacobs, but he had scored 100. Yeah,
Who?
Ridley was a good cricketer as well.
Who?
And he was batting on 120 at
That's
that
pretty
time.
good.
But my one-day wickets are better.
We
I have
flip
four-
it immediately.
Yeah,
Four
yeah,
one-day
four
wickets.
one-day wickets. Let me mention them to you before we, and I quit when I was ahead. Saeed Anwar,
Wow.
the guy who at that time who had the highest one-day score,
Yeah.
194. I got him.
Woo!
I got Lance Klusner, the player of the 99 World
South
Cup.
Africa, right?
smashing Gary Kirsten, who later went on
South
to coach
Africa?
me, coach us.
Yeah.
And I never forgot to remind him that I had knocked him over. And I got Mark Boucher, who was also
Mark
played over
Boucher.
100 games, a lot of cricket. So,
Cliched off spinner getting majority of left-handers. Slightly cliched.
yeah, didn't spin it much though, unfortunately. The funnest funny, I was always asked Harbhajan, and how do you spin the off spin? And he would try to show me, he tried to, aisa karna chahiye, doorknob. He used to say, turn it like a doorknob. And I would keep trying to do that, and the ball would keep going straight. I never figured out spin.
But you just put it there and you get the wickets.
Yeah, I got the wickets.
That's what the good bowlers do, right?
Yeah, they
you
just
make them play for the spin, but there isn't any.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I was a bit disappointed when I was reading this interview, and I think it was Harbhajan Singh. Yeah, Next time I meet to take it up with him. This is an issue I have with him actually.
Oh,
Somebody asked him who's the worst dressed person in the Indian team.
Yeah.
And he named me. Which,
Oh!
honestly, I don't mind. But the thing is, I was like, the fact that I've not even beaten Javagal Srinath means like, I must be doing something really wrong or Bajji's wrong. So, shucks, I was that disappointed me. Not that I was bad, which I kind of know I am at times, but that I was even worse than Javagal Srinath, and his sandals made me feel even worse. Yeah.
Sandals? But did the sandals have socks?
Not really. Most of the time, Sri is talkative.
Yeah?
He is. He's a terrific guy. So Srinath was the one who said, he started calling me Juice Jam.
Juice Jam.
And then that sort of shortened and became Jam in time. And Juice
Yeah.
Jam was a bit long, so it became a Jam.
And then when you batted also, it used to be jam. You used to do traffic jam because I was lining up behind you to get a bat, but he's not getting out.
Yeah. It was nice. Love batting.
See?
That's something I love doing.
Yeah,
Batting
and that's where the
wall.
wall came to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where the wall came to be.
I don't know where the wall came to be from, but yeah, like I always say, the wall was probably some clever editor
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
reporter in a newspaper, saying let's call him the wall now because we got a future headline. When we don't do well, it'll be the cracks in the wall.
Yeah.
Another brick in the wall crumbles. And there were those.
Hey,
I was
they are low. The media is low key like smart sometimes for doing that, and it's funny how Dravid can realize it now. Is that cracks over the wall or just easy stuff like that. It's like they plan this major headline 5 years in advance where they'll be able to tear you down after they brought you up by calling you the wall. And then 5 years later, they'll rip you down for still being the wall. It's funny how the media will do that, huh?
through a tough patch or I wasn't scoring runs.
Funny how they
I'm
do
not
that.
comfortable or uncomfortable being called the wall, but yeah, I'd rather be called Rahul than the wall.
Okay.
I don't like people shouting wall, wall. Rahul is
Whoa!
Do you remember the most heated game that has ever happened? Would it be
The World Cup?
Calcutta? Australia?
Oh.
The one against Australia on that last day when we felt we had a chance to win, and basically we needed Harbhajan to win us that match single-handedly. But
1 sec, you're talking about
Calcutta against
you and VVS.
yeah, but I always tell people you need people to take 20 wickets. So you don't win that match. Otherwise, it's a draw. It's a draw, and it doesn't have the same effect as win. And you batted the whole day and helped the team win. So you need bowlers to win your games. And so Bajji was incredible in that series and amazing. And Sachin took 3 wickets as well in that particular game. So
You were batting with a fever that day. Did you have a fever?
actually, I didn't practice. I didn't practice in the lead up to that particular game because we reached Calcutta like you usually do, like 3 days before a game. And I reached Calcutta and picked up this fever. And so I actually didn't even go to the ground till the start of the game. Trying to do the right thing and go to practice a day before the game wasn't necessarily in my best interest. It was probably better that I rested it up and really wanted to play. We were 1 down in the series, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to play in a test match in Calcutta. So yes, I played, but I had not practiced, and I was sort of carrying that viral fever for large parts through that test match. And yeah, he had a dodgy back, and he sort of.
Hey, like anyone I speak to about like the most, everyone says that partnership that they put on that day and those two, and both of the conditions that they were dealing with, not only the weather conditions as well, but what they were dealing with. Yeah, it just makes you wonder how. Like,
you're two sick
I would have been
patients
straight
managed
into
to
the
bat
bed.
whole day.
Adam Gilchrist said on our show that Michael Slater had like cigars out in the dressing room saying, guys, this evening we're going to knock them over, we're going to smoke these cigars, and then you guys batted through the day. Destroyed them, won the
Oh man, and that's what we do as Australians. We get ahead of ourselves. We can get cocky at sometimes. So that's no surprise. Come on, what are you
and then they
doing? Put
couldn't
the
have
cigars away.
They're obviously going to come at you.
No, and I think that's a good thing about the sport is that when that was the best team of that era and that time, without a doubt. And we actually competed against them in those 7 or 8 years. I mean, they probably beat us more than we beat them, and let's be fair about it. but I think of all the other countries, they'd probably say, and a lot of their players would probably say that they faced their toughest battles against India, which is a nice thing.
Definitely.
Is that your greatest day?
Absolutely.
I'd say one of them, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the greatest playing days. I mean, your first day when you walk out to play for India, I think sometimes you just can't beat that. Yeah. I mean, just the fact
That too in Lords.
in Lords, you walk out, you've dreamt about this for such a long time. You've worked towards it, and for someone like me, it was not. I wasn't an instant success in under 19 cricket or anything. It took me almost 5 years of first class cricket to break into international cricket and play for India. So it felt like, wow, I really worked hard for this, and it felt like a long time coming, and when it came, I think it's a really special day. You just you wear the India cap, and you walk down the steps at Lord's, and I dreamt of wanting to be a Test player, want to play Test cricket for India, and to finally achieve that, I think that's a really special day. And it just feels like you remember that, you remember those moments.
You wanted to play a Test match for India, I'm sure, as all kids do.
Correct.
Then you play 164 of them.
I would never have. I mean, if people had told me that when I was starting, I would have said, you're gone nuts. You're crazy.
Are you drunk?
No, when I played one, I just want to play one. And then after I played a couple, then I thought, wow, this is nice. I'd like to do this a little bit more. But whether I'd play 164, no, then I had no numbers, Then I just wanted to be the best I could be and trying to get the best out of my talent and respect the fact that I'd been given a gift and given a talent and given some opportunities, and I had to make the most of them and try and make the most of them. So
you also, you got 10,000 runs in ODIs, right? You played over 300 ODI games. So all these things and all these runs and catches, and it's one of your greatest achievements in 2005 when you were called the sexiest sportsman of India.
Yeah.
Really? Was I?
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Gee, there
That's
must
a
have
fair
not been
achievement.
Too much competition.
You beat Yuvraj Singh at the time.
He beat
Yeah.
you. I mean, interesting that he beat Yuvraj Singh. The man Dravid, he must have been having a good day with his hair or something. Jeez.
Oh my God, that must rank as probably one of the greatest achievements ever.
That's what I'm saying. That's pretty
Is there any
cool.
certificate or something to prove that?
Yeah, for real.
Good one.
I'd get that on my
Maybe
wall.
I can put that up along with my I don't know, whatever awards I've got from the government and
government,
stuff. Maybe
right?
we can put one of that up as well.
That's right.
Beating
I'd be
Yuvraj
doing
Singh to
it.
We'll get the paperwork done.
Yeah, please.
Did you have any? You also had superstitions, I'm sure.
I had not really. I wasn't a very superstitious person actually. Because I used to be a little bit quite superstitious, and then I shared a dressing room with Kirmani, my early years.
Yeah.
And then he's sitting next to me in the dressing room, and he sort of saw me do one or two stupid superstitions, and so he said, "What if you can't do those things?" So I didn't know what to say. Then he said, "Do you really believe in yourself, or do you believe in that?" And it actually got me thinking a little bit. He's played 88 games, so he must know something.
He knows. It's so funny. Kiri Bhai was my first cricketer autograph ever. I'll never forget it.
Hey, tell me right now in the comments who your first ever autograph from any sports person, cricketer. I'm trying to think of my first cricket. I haven't actually gotten too many, but I think my first one would have been, I think I got it from Shane Warne. I think I got lucky enough to go to one of those meet and greets when I was quite young and get like a little Australian shirt signed. I think I got it from Warney. I think I had like a few 12th men because I didn't want to line up in the long queue. So I lined up to get Warney's signature because that's the one everyone was lined up for. So I said, I'll wait here for an hour to get it. But I'm going straight to the 12th and 13th and 14th men tables. And no one's lining up there. I'm just going to go and get their signatures so I can go home. Who were the four? I've got to find that shirt and find it because I wonder who those like substitute fielders who signed my t-shirt.
First cricketer autograph. Do you remember yours?
My first cricketer autograph. I have the first book that I
Yeah,
have.
the books.
I mean,
Used to
like
get them books.
I was sort of collecting when I was 7, 8 years
Yeah.
old. So about early
Bro, I
80s,
loved doing
70s.
that.
So there's
Yeah.
books there which has the old guys. I mean, from that era, really. 83.
83.
Test match.
Yeah.
Somehow my father. Normally we start in the stands, but I don't know. For that reason, somehow he managed to get for a couple of days of the game. I think he got pavilion seats, which is a big thing. And
Pavilion?
then
I've
so you
never
got
sat in
access
pavilion.
to the cricketers. And those days there was no security. There was
True.
Yeah.
So you just walked in
Yeah.
and got access to guys. And
Yeah. If you were sitting in the pavilion, you could just sort of, the players were right there,
yeah,
right?
they were there, exactly.
They would just sort of
there was
lean
no
across and
barricade.
just
Yeah,
give you-
yeah, they would lean across the thing and sign it.
You
So that was
you do that now, and the security guard's going to tackle you into bloody 5 rows backwards. So
easy actually. So I got a lot of autographs that match, I remember.
So, tough question though. Your hero growing up at that time?
My heroes growing up actually were Sunil Gavaskar,
Of course.
Kapil Dev and G.R. Vishwanath. They were the big heroes of our time. Gavaskar because my father was a huge Gavaskar fan as well. And then G.R. Vishwanath because he was a local sort of hero and you grew up with stories about Vishy, how Vishy was great as a kid and what he did as a kid. And then, obviously Kapil Dev, like I said, that image of Kapil Dev lifting the trophy. And, It was it's an iconic image for.
That's iconic for everyone.
That's the great thing about Dhoni hitting that six, and that last ball six has inspired another incredible generation of kids. So I always tell people, one of the great thrills for me of being a cricketer is that I was able to actually meet these guys. I mean, you grow up as kids, you have their photos on your walls, and hey, Gavaskar knows me now. I mean, he didn't know me as a kid when I had his poster on the thing, but now he knows me. When he sees me, he'll say hello.
Inspirational.
Of course, playing happened first backyard or playing happened first like school?
Playing would be
backyard.
Backyard. Started off at the backyard. Started on the streets, garage.
But you guys in Bangalore also play that straight cricket, no? With that short. What do you call short cricket?
Short cricket.
You guys play
French cricket, short cricket.
French cricket, yeah.
So
I remember French.
People all over the country.
Yeah.
French cricket क्या होता है सबको पता है. Short cricket people don't know.
No, I actually don't.
Short cricket is when you don't have space.
Makes sense.
So then across the road, your garage is the door, and across the road the guy runs in and then bowls. So that's short cricket.
We're talking short cricket now. Last pause of the video, but I literally used to play indoor cricket in my house. I can see the exact spot right now where we used to line up at the door. There's a little piece, I'm not even kidding right now, there is a little piece of sticky tape that has been on the door for about 7-8 years since we moved into this house. It's still up there from when we used to play cricket, which would be our invisible wickets, and then auto slip, bro. Like, that is short cricket. The run-up's literally this big. Like, and the pitch is about this long. Like, you just bowl bounces the whole time.
There's some West Indian player who
memories.
said that
This is bringing memories.
for Indians, fielding is just waiting for batting.
True. If you field on some of the grounds that we grew up in, you can't blame us. There was one turf ground in Bangalore. The whole of Bangalore had one turf ground, which was a stadium.
Yeah.
Everything else was played on a mat.
Yeah, I hated
played
those
a few
mat
Ranji games on a
grounds.
mat when I first started.
Wow.
So the first thing your mom told you when you went is, you are not falling down, because firstly your pant would get torn, which she can't buy another one. And the second thing was, you'd be in hospital. So, so I had a lot of pants as a kid, which were with the knees, where you know how your mum will stitch the holes and sort of darn it so that they sort of
Rafu.
Rafu is correct. Yeah.
In Delhi, it is called Rafu.
Yeah.
And it really left this really bad aftertaste. Like you could tell.
Yeah, you could tell it was on your knee.
No.
The little outside stitchings of it. I know exactly what they're talking about. The struggle. Of every time those pants would get covered in green and dirt.
See, here's the thing that I've been wanting to
Mum
ask
beat
for the
shit out
last
of me.
couple of years, and I haven't got a chance because you're always on the road, right? You're always traveling.
Yeah.
You could have, after you retired, choicest plush gig. You chose this. It's fairly below the radar. Yeah, it's not that much of a magnifying lens.
Yeah, it is, and that's true, and that's actually a good space to sometimes work in, because you can actually do
Great
and try
space.
things, and you can build things without having to, constantly be in that run of trying to produce results.
Yeah.
But I think the overall development at an under 19 and an A level, at least the way I see it, is that it's about
It's more long term.
It's long term. It's about development of players as cricketers and as people as well. But I always judge this program based on, how many of these boys and how quickly are they able to assimilate into the Ranji Trophy system, which will then give them the platform to be able to play for India. It's not that how many from your under 19 batch played for India and how quickly. When I hear of a guy who's played in our program, he's not part of he's not recognized by everyone else, but in his state team, he's captain of the state team. I think that, you think, wow, man, this kid, last year, we've done something. It's not an easy space to, grow up and sort of discover yourself as a cricketer and as a person, and it's definitely not an easy environment in here. The focus on them, everything being analyzed, everything being watched, but I think, a lot of times I tell these guys, you can't worry about a lot of that stuff, because in the end, you have a short career span. You don't want, and sometimes the competition is so much, and you don't want anything to affect your mental space and gives you the best chance to succeed. And I think if you're in this space, you can't only get praise, right? Obviously you get praise, and and I'm sure that makes them feel great and makes you feel good. But there's also another side of the coin.
Now that you're taking care of...
Okay. So this was... This episode's from like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So this must have been when he was a part of... What is he, coaching the under-19s team? I think that's what he was doing back then, right?
Your kids say that, we also your kids come spend some time with us also. You're spending so much time with all the other, because you're on the road all the time.
I must admit, it's the hardest part of being a coach. I love coaching. I love being involved with these kids, and I love seeing just the whole process of young kids coming through and just being just sort of being part of those journeys a little bit, and you feel that you get that emotional involvement with a lot of them, and with the teams that you coach, which is the nice part of it. But I guess the tough part of it is then, it's just so much time away from home, and yeah, it's tough. It's harder. The kids are getting older, and I do really enjoy spending time with them as well, and spending time at home, which is also challenging because it's like I'm fully there all the time, which I'm not sure they like it as well, because you suddenly want to get involved in everything now. But they definitely, I've sort of tried to cut out all the other stuff.
Hey.
By the way, I've noticed that with you, when we're spending time with you, you're very curious about what's happening in the world and in other sport, and you're super interested. You went and met Messi right now, and Nadal on your trip to Spain.
You did?
But you met Nadal, right?
Yeah, I saw Nadal practice, and I saw him, met him, and met Tony Nadal and stuff. But
Very jealous.
It's
Very jealous, indeed.
It's lovely, incredible watching him practice. I mean, just the intensity he brought.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. I mean, tells you why he is who he is. But and I think that's a great lesson to talk about this to a lot of our kids as well. It's a great lesson for me to tell them as I watch Nadal practice, and you got to see the intensity that he brings into that an hour and a half of practice. I'm curious. I'm keen to know other things. I'm keen to talk about other things. I hate talking about cricket, I'll be honest. A lot of times, the best evenings or conversations are when I can ask other people things about what they do.
You do that.
And you get to learn something. Otherwise, I'm just having to talk about cricket all the time, and
True.
it get boring.
True.
So, movies? Are movies a big interest for you?
Not
Never
so
been?
much.
Come
Never
on,
been.
Rahul,
Not so
do you
much.
like anything?
No, not even as a kid. I mean, I watched them. I watched the
Yeah.
movies.
Hey, no, that's a good one. Hey, to be fair, I'm not a massive movie guy either. Like, unless it's Star Wars or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or some Power Rangers. Like, I agree. I agree, Rahul.
Sholay even now, because it's such a good memory.
Yeah,
as a kid,
true.
you watched it as a
The
kid,
nostalgia
and it was a lovely, great
shows.
movie to watch. So actually, funny. I like Sholay or Hindi movies. I watch Anand. I loved Anand.
Can you do Pushpa?
No.
See, I do know about Pushpa.
Acting is not my strength, man.
I
That's
hate
yours.
tears.
That's why who you are, and so that's the other thing. I'm good at figuring out what I'm not good at, and I try not to do
And we stay away from it.
from it.
Come on, you gotta give it a shot.
True.
This is
You got to
Babu.
expose yourself to it.
Babu,
No shy.
Moshai.
Yo.
Yeah, good. That's really good. Yeah, and I should figure out. Maybe there's a career in this. Maybe there's a career at the end as a sort of.
Maybe we shouldn't go that far. Just
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, that's like me playing one forward defense and saying,
Saying-
I could play 200 test matches.
Yeah, I can play Dale State. No.
Yeah, just maybe baby steps.
Yeah, true.
Scott, you've played for Scotland.
Yeah, I was a
What? The national team?
season in Scotland.
Huh?
Did you wear a kilt ever?
I
Playing for
did.
Scotland?
Yes, I did. I did in one of the functions. I think they had
So
a
is it-
photograph of me with the kilt or something. Yeah.
Technical question. Is the rumor true about the kilt that when the Warriors are wearing a kilt, they, how do I put it,
Free ball.
gosh
I
away?
don't know where you're going.
They don't
with this,
wear.
but
They got their balls hanging out.
There's
It's
meant
okay.
to be
these
freedom.
questions.
There's meant to be freedom under the kilt.
I didn't ask.
Well, I
Traditionally,
think
there's
there
meant to be
is.
freedom under the kilt.
It's a lungi, man. It's a shortened lungi. What is the difference?
Yeah,
I mean, we do
in
that
fact.
in India here as well. So we, it's a
But
Yeah.
shortened
like,
lungi.
if
But
you're
but really good memory.
truly Scottish,
Yeah.
and a truly
I think you
Highland
would.
warrior, when you wear the kilt,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to wear anything else.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Wow.
That's no surprise.
Jesus. Must be tough people there. Huh? Pretty cold as well up there.
Hey, that's what I'm
Give me
saying,
extra insulation.
bro.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
And of course, Kent.
Kent,
Played
yeah,
with Kent.
The place,
2000 as
yeah.
well, yeah. So season of county cricket. which
Big
was-
long season.
Yeah, 6 months in Kent, and really enjoyed that.
And
really
alone by yourself, cooking, fending for yourself,
Yeah.
doing all those things.
That's true.
Oof,
It was
that's
tough.
rough.
Growing up in Bangalore and getting everything done for you at home and being one of those, I used to stay at home and get, you know how you are, spoiled Indian young boys,
Yeah.
get everything done. But it was a really good experience, having to learn to fend for yourself for 6 months and
Yeah.
figuring out that which ready-to-cook meal was the best. You get those, in those days, microwave them, you need to puncture the holes in the plastic and then put them in for 2 minutes and then,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Sometimes you can still feel the terrible taste of that in your
Because
in
all
your
the
mouth.
plastic, like, ugh. I can't do that. Like, heat up that shit in the microwave. They're on the beers? What are they drinking?
For me, as a fan, watching you and Viru bat
Swag?
together was always so delightful because it was the right amount of safety and excitement.
Yeah, that's what I was about to swag.
I felt safe.
The
When
excitement.
Viru was batting and excitement.
I felt excitement when you were batting as
Yeah,
well.
true.
And the thing with batting with him was, how uncomplicated it was. I mean, I was a bit more analytical and a bit more thought process about things. So, when I came into bat with him, sometimes, you sort of start, what's it happening? What's the wicket doing? What do you think should, And
Just
he
hit
would
it.
just watch the ball and hit it. Man.
I know it.
That's such good advice, right? That's such good advice. Why complicate this? Watch the ball and hit it. It's
That'd
just
be my
simple. Keep it
advice
simple.
too.
The way he approached Test cricket, it brought an incredible freshness to the way Test cricket was played. It was what the one innings in at the CCI when he got a 296 against Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Damn.
And just and it was incredible. And he was telling me where he was going to hit the next ball. He was like, he was like telling you like, Muralitharan was spinning the ball and he's sort of kept a strong leg side field and trying to spin it and trying to get Viru to hit it against the spin. And Viru would come to me and say, "Abhi मेरे को यहाँ पे डालेगा, middle and leg stump पे डालेगा, मैं अंदर जाके उसको cover के ऊपर मारूंगा." And I'm thinking, not sure that's the best thing to do at the moment, but I say, yeah, okay, go for it, buddy.
Easier said
And then
than
sure
done.
enough, next ball he goes inside out and he'll hit him over covers for 4. And I'm thinking, wow, how's he doing that?
You've hit sixes as well. People think that.
Yeah, I have a 22 ball 50 as my.
Yeah,
my children were
22
saying,
ball?
Baba, you've actually scored a 15, 22
Damn.
balls. How did you do it?
That's a fact. That's actually pretty quick.
And that the T20 game you played, who is it? Did you hit Samit Patel?
Samit
A couple of
Patel.
Yeah, 3 6s in a row. 3 6s in a row.
No, the man, Samit Patel. Oh, man. Come on, Samit.
I was so grateful to him, I named my son Samit.
What? Is that true? Yo.
My son was named Samit before him.
Oh,
so
that would have been
that's
cool.
not a true story.
That would have been cool.
And that was your first and last T20 international.
Yeah.
That was your first and last?
Quick when you're ahead. My T20 strike rate is 145.
Woo.
Can't complain about it, can you?
That's
Exceptional.
right. It's one of the highest.
Yeah,
so don't say
the
that I've played
highest,
only
I
one
think.
game. Just say what is T20 strike rate? 145.
145. Virat, Rohit, Shikhar, come on, challenge.
Challenge
Yeah,
that.
facts.
Let's go beyond that.
I think Rishad
Let's
might
talk
get
about
close to that.
Sachin. India 3 and 4. Oh, we are fine. We're safe. We're well taken care of. Dadi coming in at 5. Lakshman coming in at 6.
Harbhajan.
But you and Sachin obviously batted so much together.
I've been asked about Sachin so much.
Yeah.
All my life, and I always tell people, I've run out of stuff to say that's unique. He was, again, I've probably said this before. He was, he was someone you looked up to. I mean, he was the one, he was our age, he was my age. To think about it, at 16 in that era, in that time, just to play at 16 at that level. I mean, some of us were playing our school bowlers and struggling to play our school team. I was practicing at my school team when Sachin was playing Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus. I was playing in Aryabhatta final, and he was playing, that in itself is phenomenal.
How was Dada when he was young? He was under 19 days.
Very talented. I don't think he took the fitness side of things very. I think he was Maharaj. Yeah. He was called Maharaj. All these Bengal teammates used to call Maharaj, as he used to say.
Maharaj. Well, all of you from the other side, all looking.
Yeah, looking at. Yeah, he always had the best kits and the best bat and most.
Of course
but
he did.
Running should have been faster. I think both of us were not great sprinters. I was faster than him. Like to get one over him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you take that one to you.
Sometimes Dada wasn't exactly, timing isn't like Dada's exactly his forte at times. So
comedy or batting?
No, timing in terms of like punctuality.
Oh, okay.
Punctuality.
That's what I was thinking.
Timing was his forte in batting. It was his great strength.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So sometimes he'd keep you waiting, and you can get rattled, right? If sometimes people are keeping you waiting.
Steve Waugh did.
Yeah, I don't think he purposely kept Steve Waugh waiting or anything. It's just.
He told me the story. He's like, I just realized that I'd forgotten my blazer.
Yeah. People thought, this is a great
gamesmanship.
strategy, and I don't think we never actually ever discussed it. I don't ever thinking, we'll keep Steve Waugh waiting. Or, you do this and you do this, and that'll irritate him. And I think Saurav was just being Saurav.
Jacket was in the dressing
Oh,
room.
man.
So he had to go run, get it for the toss.
The problem was Steve Waugh didn't know Saurav at that time.
Is VVS one of the nicest people in cricket?
Yeah, he would be. I definitely think.
Yeah.
And a genuinely really nice guy.
Yeah.
Just genuinely, always again, he's the good guy, man. Actually, he is the good guy. That's what you guys got to do. Portray that image. Make him the good guy. That's the image. Yeah,
so we'll push him more towards.
Good boy, doing the right thing.
We'll move you more towards sort of, since you like Sholay, move you more towards sort of Gabbar Singh a little bit.
Yeah, true.
है ना?
That's a better image.
Shikhar can move over.
Yeah, the man Gabba.
Gabbar Singh. Yeah. Make me the bad
Quick.
guy.
Gabba Singh.
This is the line of the episode.
Episode.
Make me the bad guy. Stick out the guns, put a little Clint Eastwood hat on you.
Hey, that'd be kind of cool, not even gonna lie. Hey, shout out to the man. Oh, that is the end. Okay. Damn, I got something in my eye. Holy shite. Best editor on YouTube. I'll edit that out, but wow. Just got a mosquito flew into my eye.
This goes right above the office.
Yo.
Right above my desk in the office, right next to the Muhammad Ali poster.
Okay.
Which
Hey, shout out. Wait.
also reminds me that do subscribe to Oak Tree Sports.
Okay.
Like and share the Rahul Dravid episode.
Okay, we're doing that right now. So hey, that will cap it off. Shout out to the people at Breakfast with Champions, Oak Tree Sports, of course. Original link in the description. Shout out to the legend himself, Dravid, Gaurav. Again, I say this every episode, but it's definitely one of my favourite episodes, if not my favourite episode. Like, honestly, this would be, I reckon, top 3 favourite episodes ever. I might have to do like a full list one day of my favourite. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. Hey, that was good. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see everyone in the next one.